everyone. Welcome to week 2 of the Plague Unit. This week we are going to be talking about current events. So as you might imagine, since we're in the Plague Unit and we're talking about current events, a lot of what we're going to be talking about is COVID. And that's certainly going to be a part of the work today. So if last week we were starting to think, what are people's values around illness in general, now we can think about what is COVID and other issues surrounding illness. What are those issues revealing about our society and our priorities? Who do we think is worth protecting? Who do we think is worth keeping healthy? And who do we value less? And what can we do about that? So those are the questions I want you to kind of have in the back of your mind this week, and we will address those further later on. But right now, we'll get the ball rolling. And the significant thing that's happening this week that you will notice is that now we are doing A work and B work, but you will not actually do A work and B work. What you will do is B work, you, the lucky B work people. You should have received an email from me telling you whether you are A work or B work. If you are in the honor section, you are doing B work regardless, but this is the B work video. So when you open up your classwork for today, you will see A work at the top. All you have to do is scroll down, and suddenly you're at B work. Easy peasy. Okay, so let's look at the directions for today. Today we are thinking about organizational structure. So usually when an author is writing this big, long, complex article, they don't just sit down and start typing, right? And all of these big, complex ideas come out. What they do is they start with an outline. They start with this very simple idea of, okay, what's my main point, and how should I structure my article in order to best deliver that message that I want to send to people. So what we want to think about is taking a longer article and breaking it down into a more manageable outline, and then starting to figure out, like, okay, why did they put it in that order once we can see it broken down into these simpler pieces. So let's look at how we're going to do that. So our directions. First, read the article and answer the questions about organizational structure and developing main idea. Those questions you will see in these little colorful boxes throughout the article. Here's a note. It may help to have read the article in its entirety before answering the questions. I really recommend that you do that because it's a lot easier to see structure when you know what's coming next, right? Sometimes if you try to just answer as you're going, you don't really know what's coming next. You don't know how this is separate from anything else. So I recommend reading the full article before you start answering the questions. Then second, use your answers in each box to fill out the outline below the article. This outline will illustrate how a complex article can often be reduced to simple, organized, underlying structure. So way down here, you'll answer all of these questions in these colored boxes, and then you'll use those colored boxes to help you build the rest of an outline. So I filled out parts of an outline here for you already that correspond with the red, orange, yellow, and green questions, but you will use your answers to the other colored questions in order to create a more complete outline. I haven't included reflection questions for you guys, but what I do want you to be thinking about, and maybe I'll throw in some reflection questions, but what I want you to be thinking about, if not answering in here, is again, our whole umbrella question is, what do apocalyptic circumstances reveal about society? So what is this circumstance of coronavirus revealing about our own society? What is it revealing about our values, the way we regard equality, the way some people are unequal, or at least treated unequally? And then we can start thinking further down the road what we can actually maybe do about that knowledge, right? Okay, I hope that this makes sense. If it is confusing, please feel free to email me. But otherwise, best of luck with the B work, and I will talk to you guys later. Okay, bye.